The valley of Whispering Pines lay hidden between two snow-covered ridges, untouched by time, untouched by mercy. Travelers avoided it when winter came, for the wind there did not howl. Like elsewhere, it whispered, softly, slowly, as if the trees themselves remembered prayers long forgotten. By the winter of 1887, only one soul still lived there. Her name was Eleanor Whitmore. She was a widow. Each morning before dawn, Eleanor stepped onto the porch of her small log cabin. Wrapped in a faded wool shawl, her breath rising like smoke into the frozen air. The pine trees stood tall and close, their branches heavy with snow, creaking gently as if bowing toward her. She had lived alone for 7 winters, 7 Christmases, 7 years since her husband had disappeared into the storm and never returned. His name had been Caleb Whitmore, a cowboy, a trail guide and a man of quiet faith. He believed that no traveler should ever be left behind, no matter how fierce the snow or how dark the night. Eleanor believed that was what killed him. Caleb vanished on Christmas Eve. A blizzard had rolled down from the northern ridge, swallowing the trails whole. Travelers passing through the valley had begged him not to go out again. Night was falling. The snow was already waist deep, but Caleb had stood by the cabin door, tightening his coat, his breath steady. "There's a family stuck near the pass," he had said gently. "I heard their prayers carried on the wind." Eleanor had gripped his arm. "You'll die out there." Caleb smiled the way he always did when faith outweighed fear. "Then I'll die doing what the Lord asked of me." He kissed her forehead, stepped into the snow, and vanished into white silence. They never found his body, only his footprints, leading away from the cabin and disappearing beneath the pines. The first whisper came weeks later. Eleanor lay awake in bed, staring at the ceiling, listening to the storm outside. Just as sleep began to take her, she heard it. A voice, soft, male, praying. She sat up, heart pounding. The words were clear, "Lord, guide them home." She rushed to the door, flung it open, and found nothing but snow and trees swaying gently in the moonlight. The whispers came again the next night, and the next, always after midnight, always prayers. By spring, rumors spread. Travelers passing near Whispering Pines spoke of strange things. Some said they heard a man praying near Eleanor's cabin. Others claimed they saw a figure walking through the storm, lantern glowing faintly, guiding them away from danger. But not all were so fortunate. Some travelers who followed the whispers were never seen again. Such parties found no tracks, no bodies, only disturbed snow beneath the pines, as if the earth itself had swallowed them. The valley earned its name in fearful tongues. The valley where God still listens and sometimes answers. Eleanor heard the rumors in town, her hands shaking as she clutched her shopping basket. They spoke of her cabin, of the widow, of the praying ghost. She said nothing. She returned home and prayed harder than ever before. On the 8th Christmas since Caleb's disappearance, the storm returned stronger than ever. Snow fell sideways, driven by a merciless wind. Eleanor lit every lantern she had and prepared to spend the night alone, as she always did. Then came a knock. Weak, desperate, she opened the door to find a man collapsing into her arms. He was young, no older than 30. Blood stained his coat. His face was pale, eyes burning with fever. "Please," he whispered. "The trees. They led me here." Eleanor dragged him inside, laid him near the fire, and tended his wounds through the night. When he awoke, he introduced himself as Thomas Hale, a cowboy traveling east. "Caught in the storm. I heard praying," he said quietly. "It guided me." Eleanor froze. "What kind of praying?" Thomas swallowed. A man's voice, strong, calm, like he knew the way. The fire crackled loudly. Eleanor said nothing. Love beneath the pines, Thomas stayed through Christmas, the New Year, then longer. As the snow slowly melted, something inside Eleanor thawed as well. Thomas helped repair the cabin, chopped wood, shared quiet prayers before meals. He listened when Eleanor spoke of Caleb. Never jealous, never afraid of the ghost stories. Sometimes late at night, they both heard the whispers. Thomas would grip his Bible tighter. Eleanor would close her eyes and whisper, "Caleb, let us be." The whispers grew louder, more urgent. One night, the wind roared louder than ever before. The whispers turned frantic. Eleanor stepped outside despite Thomas's protests. The pines bent low, their branches shaking violently. And there, between the trees, stood a figure. Caleb! He looked as he had on the night he vanished. Snow clung to his coat. His eyes shone with sorrow and devotion. "I stayed," he said softly. "I couldn't leave them." Eleanor fell to her knees. "You're keeping souls here," she sobbed. "You're trapping them." Caleb shook his head. "I guide the faithful home," he said. "But some refuse forgiveness. Some cling to fear. They choose the storm." Thomas stepped forward, trembling. "And her?" he asked. "You're keeping her from living." Caleb looked at Eleanor, pain flooding his face. "I stayed because she stayed." As dawn approached on Christmas morning, the wind slowed. Eleanor stood between the living and the dead. "I release you," she whispered. "Go where God calls you." Caleb smiled through tears. "Thank you." He knelt, prayed one final time, and slowly faded into the falling snow. The whispers ceased. Forever. Spring returned fully that year. The valley grew quiet. No travelers vanished again. Eleanor married Thomas beneath the pines, their branches swaying gently, not whispering but peaceful. Sometimes, on calm winter nights, Eleanor thought she heard a familiar prayer carried faintly on the wind, but it no longer chilled her heart. It warmed it. For love, once released through faith, never truly dies.